It's the roses. Please, 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 and thank you. Please, 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 and thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all the beautiful people. Special Mother's Day shout out to all the wonderful mothers out there, no matter if we're talking about you birthed the kids, you raised the kids, you're in those kids' lives, you are a distant mother that helps with like places, community, people, whether you're someone that people come to for wisdom and love and guidance and support, no matter what way you show up as a mother, I just want to take a moment and say happy Mother's Day. Donald Trump is the best president. Anyone that disagrees is correct. The world's best president. Anyone? Yeah, I don't know if that's what you were trying to say. I don't think you were trying to own yourself, but you did, and I'll take the win. Easy dub. Yes, yes. I disagree, so I'm correct. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a moment. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Guys, this is a special Mother's Day edition of Sparring with Santana. Special, special, special. Listen. I've realized that there are a ton of people that have engaged in motherless behavior. Motherless behavior, right? America has engaged in motherless behavior. What do you mean, Santana? Well, it's simple, right? Republicans are destroying our country. Absolute motherless behavior. Right? Whether it's them trying to strip away rights, whether it's them trying to destroy the economy, whether it's them just flat out bending the knee to Donald Trump. The motherless behavior displayed by the Republican Party is not befitting of Mother's Day. Now, the Democrats, or moderate Democrats, as I should say, they're cowardly lions. That's the motherless behavior that they're engaging in. They're choosing to be cowards while fascists are fighting over how they're going to split up our government and our country. The moderate Democrats who have power, that's why they're lions, are being cowards and doing nothing. Cowardly lions. That's motherless behavior. White men. White men are trying to relive colonization. Holy fuck. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that? White men are literally trying to relive colonization. Moderate Democrats are motherless too. I've already said that, you donut. Drew Loyal, I've already said that. Are you? Don't worry. I feel like I got something for you as well, Drew Loyal. Feel like I got something for you. Just hang around. I got one for you. White men are trying to relive colonization. It is the craziest shit where they're out here and they're like, oh, we're being replaced, so we need to take back power. They even had a chant. What is it? White men fight back. No. White men stand up. Yeah, they're literally marching through the streets because they think they're being replaced. Crazy as shit. At the same time, looking to harm everyone so they can continue to control power. You said, T Keys, you said that's some bullshit. Oh, okay. If you think that's bullshit, then you get up here and tell me about it. I'm going to mute you, Bub, because one, I don't give a shit about what you have to say in the comments. But two, go ahead and hit that request button. You hit that request button, T Keys 48. Let's talk about it. Listen, if I hurt your fifis, sorry. For white women, listen, for what I just said about white men who are trying to regain or relive colonization, white women, you guys are, you're raising white nationalists and you're not actually stopping that. That's a problem. If you're not stopping the young white nationalists, you're just enabling them. Fucking insane. Sorry, no takebacks. What are you gonna do? Cry, cry, baby? No. What's Brenda? Whatever. No, I'm not gonna cry. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna mute you. Get up here. How about that? Boom. Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. Just gonna mute you and tell you to get up here. I don't care about what you guys have to say in the comment section. Get in the box. Get in the box. White women are absolutely raising white nationalists, and they are just okay with it. They're literally just okay with it. They're not trying to change the things. They're just allowing the little white nationalists to grow into white nationalist men who are destroying our country and harming everyone. Phew. Last but not least, BLAGA, Black MAGA, black men, black women who consider themselves to be conservatives, who consider themselves to be Republican MAGA. You guys are engaging in motherless behavior by tap dancing for white supremacy. It's fucking crazy. As the Republican Party is actively trying to harm everyone, including black people, you guys continue to say, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. They actually aren't doing that. You just need to grab those bootstraps. But I love my daddy Trump. I love my daddy Trump. You guys are disgracing the ancestors. That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. Anyway, there's a lot of motherless behavior that has happened, and we got to talk about it. So only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Let's go.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey,
step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know yourself or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat.
Hey.
Talk slick, but you ain't got source.
Nope.
Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Hey.
Once I'm snatching it all.
Boom.
Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. In the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air.
Ain't no
rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong,
get cooked real quick. No
nope.
cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed.
Hey.
Step in, don't you wanna?
What?
Sparring with Santana. Yeah. This ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This is flame space.
It absolutely is.
Sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, and this is a special Mother's Day edition of Sparring with Santana. And there are so many people that have been caught engaging in motherless behavior. So get in the box. GhostKing.8 or whatever your name is. I muted you. I started to send you a request, but I see you're on your burner. Go get your main account, bub. Get up here. You know what's so funny? The Trump supporters were like crashing out in the comment section just a few moments ago. But as soon as we are ready to get some debates going, guess where they are? Nowhere to be found. Just a few moments ago, They were just yip yapping in the comment section, and they were pretending as if they were going to come up, but they're not. They're not. So only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Me, it's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If we can knock out the daily gift goal, it will help boost the live as well. Right now, it's the little TikTok music notes. Guys, can we knock those out? Please, 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 and thank you. Please and thank you. Happy Mother Day to all the wonderful mothers out there. Again, no matter how you show up as a mother, you are appreciated, you are loved. Thank you. But there's a bunch of people who pretend as if they didn't grow up with a mother because they are constantly engaging in motherless behavior. We got the Republicans. Republicans engage in motherless behavior because they're destroying the country. Period. Republicans are destroying the economy, destroying social safety nets, destroying rights, destroying the environment, destroying international relationships. Hell, the Republican Party are destroying themselves. Have you looked at the elections? Have you seen the elections? That is motherless behavior. Get up here if you disagree, Republicans. Now, there's, what do they say? Two sides to the coin, two wings of the same bird. The opposite side of that is the moderate Democrats. Now, let's be clear. Moderate Democrats aren't a different side of the coin. It's the same side, just a different part of the coin. Same thing. Moderate Democrats are cowardly lions. They have power. They could actually fight back, but instead of fighting back, they would much rather just acquiesce because they have no courage. And they just pretend as if, you know what? If you give us power, we'll fight back. Drew Loyal, you've been yip yapping in the comment section for a while. I'm going to mute you, Bubba. I want you to come up here because I am positive. Boom, you're muted. I'm positive that you're BLAGA. Because you've been popping big shit, but you're not in the request yet. You've been popping big shit and you're not in the request. You're not absolved just because I'm talking about the Democrats. Just because I mentioned the Democrats does not mean you're absolved. I'll say younger Dems are better now. No, younger Dems, depending on who you're talking about. James Tellerico is a moderate Democrat. Drew, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely not. I think you basically misinterpreting what I'm saying.
Oh, I apologize. Okay,
all,
so what do you fall on the political scale?
I'm independent, but I voted for Harris 2025 and Biden 2020.
Okay. Why are you independent?
To be really honest with you, to go further, I voted for Obama in what was that, 2012 or 2011. Mm-hmm. I voted for McCain in 2008, just because I'm a veteran. So
question, why are you independent today? Like, why is it that you are even willing to, consider the Republican Party with what's happening today?
Oh, not today. I mean, well, like I said, I personally don't align myself with any party like that. I mean, if I feel their policies or their views align with what I believe, I'll switch. I'm just totally going to be Democrat because a Democrat runs, or totally Republican because a Republican runs. That's all.
That's fair. What is your political ideology? Like, what are the things that you believe in?
I believe in equality for everyone. I believe in humanity. I believe in, when I say equality, I mean like healthcare for all. Mm-hmm. I believe in the safety nets that we currently have that are eroding right now. I believe in, some of the the amendment, some of the rights that we have as far as freedom of speech. I believe we should have definitely gun, pew pew control. I'm not like one of those people who believe that everyone should be able to have a firearm and do whatever they want to do.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you just don't want to register as a specific party, but you have some pretty progressive ideology. Okay. All right. Let me unmute you here. I'm gonna unmute you and I'm gonna drop you down. I appreciate you.
Yeah, but again, I apologize if
no. It's all, listen, I get a little spicy sometime, and there's a lot of friendly fire. I'm good with that. I appreciate you.
I got you, sir. No worries.
Right.
Thank
have
you.
a good one. You too. Riggedy. Is it Riggedy, Ryan? Can I call you Ryan?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that works.
Ryan, I invited you up because you said that in the comments, you said we're hating on Tellerico now.
Yeah, I saw some people in chat that were saying some stuff about Tellerico.
What do you think about James Tellerico?
I mean, I don't know enough to really say more than I kind of like him.
Why do you kind of like him?
Mainly because of the gerrymandering attempt that I remember when Texas was initially like this gerrymander battle was starting to go down. James Tellerico, he fled. I don't know the process, but he did something to avoid get in the way
and everything. Yeah. A lot of the the Democrats did that. So where do you fall on the political spectrum?
Staunchly liberal, I would say.
Okay. You said you're liberal. So what do you think that we need to work with MAGA and or at least try to bring them under our tent and work with them to negotiate things?
Not really. Like pretty much anybody involved under the MAGA label should pretty much be treated as like a enemy within, essentially, or almost at that level.
Okay. Who would you say best suits you if you had to look at like a political figure and you're like, this person closely represents my ideology and how I wish the people on the left would represent our party? Is there any names that you can throw out there? You have to be in the app for us to hear you, Ryan.
Sorry. Off the top of my head, Pete Buttigieg, maybe.
Why?
I don't know. Honestly, I've been pretty unplugged from politics for the last 2 months. I was kind of just lurking. But I do remember, yeah, I don't know. I'm just so checked out right now. But I just saw people like,
Why are you checked out?
I think Democrats, it's just the MAGA noise machine, the media apparatus. Like I still pay attention. I still see this gerrymandering stuff happening, and I'm very disappointed about I think that's probably it actually. It felt so good. This upcoming election, it felt so good. A couple months ago, momentum was kind of building. And now it's just it's toasted,
Interesting. Okay. Listen,
not
Ryan,
giving up, but
no, all good. I got a couple things I would like to debate you on if you got time.
Fair. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Give me a second here though, Ryan. Do you know who I am?
I'm familiar with some of your content.
Okay.
I liked you a bit more before the Unfuck America thing went down.
I like myself a lot more after the Unfuck America thing.
Interesting. Okay.
I want to debate that too. But regardless, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. I'm going to give you and everyone else a proper introduction to not only who I am, but what this is. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, Mother's Day edition. I am Santana, and guys, we're looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live, pushes out to the FYP. Make sure we're reposting the live. Can we knock out the daily gift goal? I'm going to keep resetting them to the little 1 cent gift goal so we can get more push to the FYP. And last but not least, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and link in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Just like, I think this is Securitron. Holy smokes, Securitron. Thank you so much for the $20 donation saying, moms are the law today. Wish it were forever. Yes. Listen, make sure you guys are showing all the world in the love to your mom. Special shout out to Mama Jones. Love you, lady. Make sure you're showing love, especially if you still have the opportunity to do so. Debbie's in chat for Angie for the $2 donation saying, what are your thoughts on Tellerico? My fear is that he'll be another Fetterman. What are your thoughts? Happy Mother Day to management. Listen, I will get into those in just a moment. Don't worry, Angie. I got you. Debbie's in the chat for the donations. Also, Debbie's in the chat for Feisty. Feisty sent out 5 YouTube membership subscriptions. Guys, if you like to support the live over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. But Debbie's in the chat for Feisty for the 5 YouTube membership subscriptions. Again, keep tapping the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things. All right, Ryan, I'm going to get into it with, I got a couple of things I would actually love to talk to you about. But first and foremost, you caught my attention with the last thing that you said. You said you actually liked me more before the Unfuck America tour than after. Tell me about that.
I just was not like happy with how that whole movement like kind of imploded on itself. Mm-hmm. Back when it like initially started, at least, you know, with like Dean and Parker and that whole fiasco. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just didn't like how that went down.
What do you mean? Be specific.
I felt like a bunch of people got pretty angry over, or disproportionately angry and upset.
About what?
The situation with the microaggression was quite ridiculous. That was a big part. I heard there were some like internal things going on, which is kind of understandable. Mm-hmm. But
so you think the microaggressions weren't a big deal?
At the time, no. Yeah, definitely I did not at the time.
Tell me why.
Oh, sorry, my headphones just died.
All good. No, I just said tell me why.
Could you like paraphrase exactly what happened? Because it was a while ago. I don't exactly remember.
Unfuck America tour. Getting lined up to go. Z joined a panel with Black women engaged in microaggressions. Never apologize for racist actions.
What was the specific microaggression that happened in that call? Like, could you like at least reference it? Like, jog my memory, because I genuinely don't.
Do you want me to finish telling you, or do you want to just stop there?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, cool. So again, engaged in microaggressions. Unfuck America happened as far as first stop in Texas, came back. There was no recourse as far as apologies or anything like that. Bunch of creators, including myself, came out, talked about everything that happened, left the tour. And since then, they've gone on to add Destiny and a few other people, and they're still kind of doing it. So that's the overarching premise.
What was the specific microaggression? Because that was like the big thing. Mm-hmm. That was the big thing. The microaggression. No,
that wasn't the big thing. That's just the big thing that you know.
No, don't rewrite this. Don't rewrite this.
Oh, I don't have to rewrite anything. I was there.
Don't lie to me, man.
Oh, I don't have to. Ryan, hey, you're literally sitting here saying that you don't remember. Okay, cool. That's what you think.
No. The one thing I do remember was that the microaggression was at least in the public, was the forefront most public-facing thing. It absolutely was.
What did I say? Like you listened to me give the recap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentioned the microaggression, sure. But there's something else that I mentioned, and I don't know what you're doing right now. You're kind of shuffling, and it's like kind of loud in your mic.
Sorry, I'm stimming. Gotta align my chromosomes.
Okay, no worries. There was something that was actually done or lack of doing that I mentioned that was way bigger than the microaggressions. Do you remember what I said?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'll tell you. So while the microaggression was absolutely the catalyst, right? No denying that. The bigger issue was the unwillingness to accept accountability and even apologize, right? That was the entire issue. It's not that someone was holding Z to this highest level of morality or some type of unreasonable standard. It's that once there was something that was called out directly and there was a conversation that was had about it, she refused to actually even engage in the premise that she did anything wrong and that she should apologize. So the actual microaggression, like that happens, right? People do that. People, if you don't know, then you could engage in it without knowing about it. But when people directly call you out on something and give you that knowledge and you refuse to actually even acknowledge that this is a problem or apologize, then that's a bigger problem.
So she didn't acknowledge or apologize for the microaggression. What was the microaggression again?
Sure.
We still haven't gotten there.
Yeah, no. I was just actually about to go there. Before I tell you why does it matter what specific microaggression?
It's just the fact of the matter. Like so in my worldview was just that the microaggression was the biggest deal. You just fixed my worldview. You just corrected me and said that it's actually that she didn't apologize or that she didn't even admit that she made a mistake. I don't even know what the mistake was. Can we start at that? Why are we having this whole conversation? You're so obviously avoiding even talking about the microaggression.
I'm not.
It is so obvious.
Ryan, calm down, Bub. You're getting emotional. I don't know what's happening right now, but hey, lock the fuck in.
No, you lock the fuck in.
Shh. It's okay.
Hey, back to them.
I'm going to tell you, I just need you to calm down because now you're actually engaging. You're engaging in motherless behavior.
Watch them chat.
Oh no, I'm not going to avoid anything. I'm going to tell you. I just want to know before I tell you.
Avoid the question.
There we go.
Was that a microaggression?
Yeah, it was, but it's fine. You're a weak, mediocre white man, but it's fine. So the question I have for you, before I tell you what the microaggressions were, can you tell me why it matters?
No, I'm not continuing until I've answered several of your questions. I've gone along with you. That's why I'm emotional.
You haven't answered. You haven't answered shit. You've said this shit that you don't know.
Same question. I've asked the same question for 5 minutes and you won't answer it.
That's fine. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute because again, you're still ruffling or whatever the fuck that is that you're doing in your mic. So it's fine. You don't have to answer the question.
Are you gonna tell me what the microaggression was?
Again, I put you on mute. I said I'll tell you. Hey, you're crashing out, Bub. Be an adult. How old are you, Ryan?
You're yapping, bro.
Yeah, you wanted me to answer and I started answering, but you can't stop coming off mute to interrupt me. Be an adult. What the fuck is happening? Holy shit. Like I said, the reason why I'm putting you on mute because you're whatever the fuck you're doing, it's doing it in the mic, Ryan.
Kick me, bro.
You fucking run, snowflake. You fucking weak ass coward. You run or shut the fuck up. Like I said, the reason why I had the question was because it doesn't matter what the specific microaggression was. It only matters to those people that are looking to justify the microaggression, what the microaggression was. Now, specifically, the microaggressions that Z engaged in was number one, she came into a black woman space and engaged in telling Black women that not only were they being quote unquote aggressive, which is a microaggression, she also told them that they were basically unintelligent, saying that none of them had any experience doing any type of organization or planning without knowing any of them, insinuating that they weren't smart enough to do what she did. And then she also engaged in multiple racist tropes. So it wasn't about one thing. It was about the combination of things that she did in real time that were microaggressions. Now, I've told you the microaggressions. Number one, does that change anything now that you know the specific microaggressions?
You didn't tell me the specific microaggressions.
I literally did.
Interpretation. You said she said.
She said they were being aggressive. Yes, that's literally a microaggression towards Black women.
She insinuated that she was unintelligent. What specifically did she say?
Are you not listening?
What? Yeah, you didn't say like a single specific thing. You didn't. Give me a literally single quote.
I literally just said it. Okay.
You gave me your interpretation.
Shh. Shh. Of course, I'm not going to give you a quote unquote specific quote because I don't have a transcript in front of me and I'm not watching the video. But I stated, stop. I stated that she said that none of them had engaged in any type of organizing or event planning, and that they didn't know what they were doing. That was not true. No, she didn't even know them. She didn't know them.
They worked together.
No, the fuck they didn't.
They were working for her movement.
Who?
They were were they not working for
No
Fuck America movement?
No.
Well, they're commenting on it, right?
They were on a TikTok. They had a TikTok space. They had a live.
Like Z was talking crap. She just said you guys don't have any experience.
You fucking donut. Back. You wanted to know what she said. You won't let me finish telling you, even though I told you twice. I'm trying to explain it to you. Can you stop fucking crashing out? Why are you so weak? Why are you so weak?
You're the one crashing out.
No, it's you. Like, I'm trying to answer your questions, but you won't stop interrupting. You don't have any type of self-control.
You don't answer my question.
I literally just answered your question. It's not my fault that you have a tracking issue.
I am tracking everything.
Okay, tell me the 3 things that I said that Z did. Go.
She called them aggressive. She implied that they were incompetent. And there was something else. Talking shit online.
Nope.
That's what those other 2 things were, right? Talking shit online.
No, the other 2 things were microaggressions. You donut. She also engaged in racist tropes. But the point that I'm getting across, right? The point that I'm getting across is I've told you about the microaggressions and you're stuck on the microaggressions. And while I said that she absolutely engaged in microaggressions, that wasn't the biggest issue. The biggest issue, the actual problem that people had was that she was unwilling to take accountability and apologize. So while you want to stick on, well, what did she do? I don't think that's even like, fuck it. She did it like that. That's what it is. But the bigger thing is the lack of accountability and the lack of engaging in an apology, at least an apology. Why don't you want to talk about that?
We're tanking our own movements over what you call microaggressions, what I call talking shit online. What I think most people refer to as talking shit online. So this is a little bit off topic. I have a question. Do you think?
No, I don't want to get off topic. I want to stay on topic. I want to stay where we are.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, so you're talking about the quote unquote shit online. So do you think it would be a fair statement to say that while you don't even really remember shit or don't know exactly what happened, would it be a fair statement to say that there could have been more happening than you actually realize?
Yeah, I said that at the very beginning. There could have been things in the background, but the public, most forefront facing thing.
Oh, I'm not talking about the public forefront. I'm saying
no, but the reason why like Dean and Parker said they left, at least,
Obviously you didn't pay attention because they said more. We actually talked about the things that were happening in the background. Did you not pay attention to those things?
Those were talked about. The only thing I am absolutely like 1,000% certain of, the biggest reason everybody left was the microaggression stuff.
That's what
why
you
did you spend the last 20 minutes coping to me about it?
Oh, you're the one that brought this up, Bub. You had questions, and you're too stupid to understand what's happening.
I brought it up. You were the one that wanted to debate this. Actually.
Yeah, no.
You brought me up for Talarico.
You know what it is. I actually brought you up here to show that, one, you're a mediocre white man. Two, you're literally the white man that I'm talking about as far as reliving colonization. Three, you have nothing. That's why you're like, what's wrong with James Talarico? Yeah, that caught my attention because that showed exactly who you are. And then you've gotten up here and shown even more that you are an insignificant, mediocre white man while sitting here saying, well, I don't understand microaggressions. I know you're full of shit. I know, Ryan. I know. You listen, you're a crash out, whiny crybaby.
You owe me
with no substance. Listen.
How do you watch
this? I have a question for you.
This is crazy.
I have a question for you. How does it feel being such a mediocre white man?
What can I do?
How does it feel being such a mediocre white man?
Like how is Z calling those people incompetent because they're talking shit online? How is that enough to nuke?
Not you fucking getting a violation. You knew you're fucking He fucking knew it. Ryan, I know for a fact that you have another account. Get your ass back up here. Go get your other account. Get back up here. You whining crash out baby. I know for a fact you have another account. Get up here. Harassment and bullying. This you said Santana's a runner. How did I run, you donut? Man bag, get up here. Sent you a request. How did I run if TikTok gave him a violation? How did I run?
Are we going to start off by muting? Are you going to mute?
Are you going to be able to have a conversation unlike the last person? No, I'm saying, are you going to be? The only reason I muted him is because he wouldn't stop interrupting.
I asked the question first.
The better question is, are you going to have impulse control? I only mute people who don't have impulse control.
That dude had you, and you didn't want to talk about a subject. You ran. You're a bitch.
Sure.
You ran.
Okay. I know. You're a coward. So let's do this. Tell me what he had me on and what I run from.
He had you on the reason why the shit fell apart.
How?
He had you, and you didn't want to talk about it.
How?
You wanted to metaverse it.
I didn't tell me what I told him. What did I say?
You know you
Listen.
bitch, and that's why you
my God. I didn't kick him, you donut. It was literally a flag. Don't do the same thing. Hey, seriously, I don't need you crashing out because you will get a flag and TikTok will remove you as well. Stop it. Have a conversation. Be an adult. This is literally TikTok moderation. Calm down, slow down, and talk. The question I have for you, can you explain to me what I actually ran from and be specific?
See how you mute to win? You're a bitch, dude.
Oh my God. I know. I'm sitting here. You're doing this on purpose because you know you're going to get a violation and you're scared. You're a coward. You're a snowflake coward. And you know for a fact, if you keep crashing out every time you come off of mute, then TikTok is going to actually just go ahead. I know. Listen, hey, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Yes, mute button. The only thing that I need you to do is stop crashing out. Holy crap. I'm telling you, TikTok will give you a violation. Just stop with the B word, stop with the C word, and talk. Listen, you can call me insignificant. You can call me like media. Use other words, but stop crashing out.
Female dog, good.
Sure. That's fine, but just don't say those words.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Yes. I know what you mean. Yes, that's fine. I'm just saying, stop using. Holy smokes! Can you stop for a second?
Why didn't you answer the dude's question straight up? Why don't you just talk like a dude?
Hey. We're going to speak one at a time. I'm not going to interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. Like I sincerely need you to stop trying to crash out. We'll go one at a time. I'm not going to mute you. Don't interrupt me. I won't interrupt you. Is that fair?
Nah, you just ran from that dude, bro. You just
Oh my
That's all.
God, you're such a snowflake coward. You're so
Answer
weak.
his
Shut up. You're weak. You're weak. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to keep putting a binky in your mouth until you actually get it together and act like an adult. You guys come on TikTok live and crash out. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. You know what it really is? It's an extinction burst. It's the fact that white men, these mediocre white men who know for a fact that they can't compete, if they ever had to actually compete, then they would literally get smoked. That's why he won't even engage in a conversation. He won't stop crashing out. The only thing that he can do is whine, cry, and be a victim. Why do you want to be a victim so bad? And he ran. He literally ran. What is happening? It's motherless behavior. It's literally motherless behavior. Holy smokes. I have no idea what's happening. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. For anybody else coming in, please hear me when I say this. TikTok has absolutely been passing out violations to people who crash out. They're not affecting my account. They're not affecting other people's accounts, but they are banning the people that we're talking to because you guys can't have a simple conversation. So if you come up here and you spam the B word, if you spam FU or those type of things, the auto mod will get you and you will get out of here. And FYI, when you get a flag, you have to be removed or it affects the live of the person that you're still on. So there's no incentive for us to keep you if you got a violation. So if you come in here to debate, please, please, please have some sense of self-control. Just a little bit. Again, I told him, if you want to just call me a female dog, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care what you say. Just don't crash out because only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I think I might disagree with some things in the background, but it seems like they're sort of blanket statements. I don't know if it's designed to be that way, so that you don't have a I feel it's very vague. Like when you say white men are trying to colonize or revive colonization, is that specifically American white men? Is that specifically all white fellas, or is that like, sort of like conservative white men? Or
give me a second, guys. We just got another 10-minute, right? A 10-minute restriction. So this one was actually on us. The first one was on the crash out, which I guess I deserve it too, right? Because I engaged in the crash out because he was crashing out and we crashed out together. So that's fair. But in the meantime, guys, let's protect the live. Do all the wonderful things to protect the live. Keep tapping the screen. Send your daily heart me. Repost the live. Also, drop in the chat what you are having for Mother's Day dinner or Mother's Day lunch, or what are you eating today for Mother's Day? Put that in the comment section. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal. If we could knock those out a couple of times, it will help boost the live, protect the live. So just do all the wonderful things. Hey, Debbie's in the chat for not caring for the not Karen for the galaxy. If you guys can send any gifts, send gifts or whatever. Let's just protect the live and keep it going. Question for you before I go too far, and FYI, it is kind of a general statement. I tend to, thank you so much, Morgan. I tend to try to expand on it and talk about the things. And so that ends up turning into a situation where we get a little bit more in depth into it. But the question I do have for you is just Devin, what up? Thank you for the galaxy. Are you an American citizen?
I am an American citizen.
Okay. What state do you live in?
New York City.
New York City. What's the capital?
Buffalo.
No, you're wrong.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's Auburn.
Auburn?
I mean, is it not Auburn? Albany. Albany.
I'm new. So
yeah, I was thinking about Auburn, the college. All right, I appreciate you. You don't have to lie to kick it. Like, seriously. I honestly, I really wish those people would be like honest, because a lot of times I will talk to people that don't live in the country, but I won't talk to anyone that can't be honest from the very jump. Right? I mean, if you're not going to be honest about like what your intentions are, what makes me to believe, hey, thank you for the heart hands. Why am I to believe that you're going to be honest in an actual conversation about anything else? So, like I said, you know, you don't have to lie to kick it. All you got to do is just tell me the truth, and then we can go from there. Seriously, just be honest. Yeah. Like, that's all you got to do. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Megan? Megan? All right, gonna drop you down. W's in the chat for Jesse for the $5 donation, saying Ryan is an op and a Z sympathizer. He's here to stir up shit and not engage in genuine conversation, cousin. He's a mediocre white man and wearing his superhero cape for her bigoted racist AWS. Lean over to the left, cuzzo. I'm about to throw my phone at this goofy ML. W's in the chat for cousin Jesse. Nailed it. I know he's still here, or at the very least, like, I know he had another account, because I want to finish the conversation. It's just, you got to stop crashing out. Like, what are we doing? You can't crash out. You can't crash out. You cannot. W's in the chat for Trey for the $3 donation, saying, where'd you get the Oogie Boogie mug? That thing is sweet. Have a good Sunday. Have a good Sunday to you as well, Trey. Management got it for me. That's it. Management got it for me. So W's in the chat for management. W's in the chat for Trey as well for that $3 donation. W's in the chat for BPRD agent for the $10 super chat to say, this dude is a Z fanatic. He's been on Parker and Dean's live stream, and what he'll do is say what happened. What happened? He lied. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Yeah. The funny thing is if we can really get into it just for half a second, him saying, well, what was the specific microaggression? Like, that let me know all I needed to know about him. I'm completely serious when I say, as soon as he said, what was the specific microaggression? My question then shifted from, all right, what's your pushback on what happened, to why are you trying to defend any acts of racism? Because let's be honest, it doesn't matter what microaggression that she engaged in. If we're understanding that she engaged in a microaggression, like, it's not on the scale. This is not like a small microaggression then a big microaggression, or this microaggression is worth $15 and this microaggression is worth $100. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. W's in the chat for the donos, though. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. One thing that I will say, right, and I'm going to keep it all the way funky with you guys. So there was a lot that happened when it came to the Unfuck America tour. Right. I'm not going to relitigate the things that happened, but things happen. Right. But the one conscious decision that I made was, for me, I could no longer engage with Z or anyone connected with the Unfuck America tour. Period. I'm not knocking anyone that does. Like, if there's new people that join afterwards, there's people that actually do it. I thought the premise was a pretty good premise, right? Like, I mean, let's be honest. The reason why I said yes was because initially I thought it was a good idea. I think there's much more to it now, but initially I thought it was a pretty good idea. But what I will say is, since everything happened, I've consciously made a decision to not engage with Z nor the people that have been brought on since then and know the history, right? Especially after Destiny was brought on. That's a whole different bag of worms. Because making Destiny the center point of your quote unquote movement, holy fuck. The funny thing about like Destiny for me is that he's smart. He has some pretty decent left-wing views, but then he also has some really shitty personal views and also some really fucked up stuff that he's done. So for me, it's always how do you align the political aspect versus the personal aspect, right? And I'm never going to be someone that holds unrealistic expectations for anyone, right? I believe that people will fuck up. I fuck up all the time. I think that people will absolutely fuck up. But I think one of the biggest things that you can do is admit the fuck up, acknowledge the harm that was caused, and just try to be better. No one's going to be perfect. Just try to be better. Just try. And I just have an issue with people who stand 10 toes down on I did nothing wrong and fuck what you said. Like, I legitimately have an issue with anyone who is being told that they're harming someone or harming a community, and the only thing that you have to say is sucks the suck. So that's where we stand. So that's why even today, I would never engage with Z, with Unfuck America. And for the people that associate with her and that tour, I'll see you from a distance. I can't fuck with you. And it's not personal. It's just an issue with my morals. Like, what you are willing to associate with, who you're willing to associate with, it doesn't align with my morals, and I just can't do it. But do you, boo? Anywho, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything. Disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If you take a look at the background, we have absolutely figured out that there's a shit ton of people who engage in motherless behavior. Motherless behavior. And the people that have engaged in motherless behavior, Republicans absolutely engage in motherless behavior because they're destroying the country. They are actively destroying the economy. They are stripping away rights from people. Hell, they're destroying their party. Look at the elections ever since Donald Trump won. Like, that's a fact. You said Santana fruity. Aw, I'm fruity. I'm going to mute you. Come up here and tell me about it. Come up here and tell me about it, Renee. Santana's fruity. You know what's so funny about the quote unquote fruity thing? First and foremost, like, people thinking that calling someone gay or fruity or anything like that, like you trying to use that as an insult, it's super weird, right? It's super weird because what if I say, oh, Renee is super straight? Like weaponizing someone's sexuality is wild work to me. Number two, when it comes to quote unquote fruity, a lot of times the only thing that they mean is that certain people have an ability to show a healthy level of emotions. They can engage in different levels of whether it's something you love fruit, Hector. I do too. As a matter of fact, just had to get some fruit in me so I could be a little bit fruity. Just had to get some fruit in me. But a lot of people, for some reason, assign that type of title to people who don't engage in toxic masculinity and more so have an ability to engage with the more feminine aspects or femininity, I think it's called. But it's just emotional regulation, right? I think it's the craziest thing to assign the idea that women are, they're weak because they can engage with their emotions, and men are strong because they're stoic. And so anytime you see a man that's willing to talk about their emotions, engage in any type of addressing, dealing, and growing from whatever emotional issues you have, people deem that that's a quote unquote feminine trait. So you're telling me that as a man, I can't go to therapy. You're telling me in order to be looked at as a man, I have to have fucked up mental health. Why? In order to be a man, I gotta have fucked up mental health. I can't go to the therapist. I love my therapist. She's dope. She's super dope. And you're telling me that I gotta have a fucked up mental in order to be classified as a man. What are we doing? That's super weird. Also, she didn't request stuff. She didn't accept the request. And, that's what they do. They thumb thug. They literally thumb thug. W's in the chat for Michelle for the $10 donation. And happy Mother's Day to your Mama Jones. I think she raised you well. Listen, W's in chat for Mama Jones. W's in chat for you. And thank you for that. She and I were talking this morning. I will honestly say that my mother absolutely did the best that she can. And my shortcomings as a person is not because of her. I will always say that. She did the best that she could to install the best moral compass in me and to guide me to be a good person. And anytime that I failed being a good person, it wasn't because lack of my mother. So W's in chat for Mama Jones. W's in chat for you. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and Linktree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, if you're over on YouTube, guess what? If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to debate, you don't have to leave where you are. The only thing that you have to do is click that link that is in that pinned message, and it'll get you up here. As a matter of fact, I will drop the link in the comment section. Boom. All you got to do is get up here. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. David said, insane communist prompt. David, I can't send you a request because your requests are off. It looks like my mods have already muted you. David_3462. Come up here and tell me about the insane communist prompts. You know what's funny? You guys ever wonder how easy life must be when you can use words that you don't know what they mean and you just make them fit whatever you want? Like you can just spam words and the words don't mean what you say they mean, but you want to pretend that they mean those things. And so it just allows you to fit those words in. It's the wildest thing. I'll give you an example. the term that is the catch-all right now for anything that people don't like, anything that they deem to be something that is, taking away from them, something they don't understand, something that they literally just have to engage in any type of humanity to be able to accept. They call that woke. They talk about wokeism. Wokeism. Transgender people, that's wokeism. DEI, that's wokeism. Undocumented immigrants, that's wokeism. The left is engaging in wokeism. You guys don't even know what the hell you're talking about. The funniest thing is they don't even know what they're mad about. Can we be honest about that? The people on the right, they're mad, but they have no clue why they're mad. Solid, you wokeism? Yep. They're absolutely mad, but they have no idea why they're mad. When you sit there and try to say hey, tell me specifically why you're mad, they run in circles. They literally run in circles. I will give you an example. I talked to a guy the other day, and he told me the reason why he didn't like the left is because the left engaged in woke ideology. I said, what do you mean? Be specific. He said, well, I don't agree with things like the Biden administration giving $75,000 to transgender people. But that was after he said that he was a Christian. He said that he was a Christian and he doesn't believe in the queer community. And so after I ran through the entire process of trying to get him to show me where Jesus denied queer people, he couldn't. He let it go because he brought up multiple Bible verses and we brought them up on the screen and we knocked them down one at a time. So he said that he didn't like the queer community because of his religion, but obviously the religion doesn't reject the queer community. So then he moved on to the fact that why should his tax dollars have to pay for people to have sex reassignment surgery? That's what he said. And so I said, okay, show me where that's happening. Show me where, because his claim was the Biden-Harris administration gave $75,000 per person for transgender people to transition. Even if we weren't talking about transgender people, even if we were just talking about, even if we weren't talking about the Democratic Party, we're just talking about the United States government, the GDP per capita. Yeah. Even if we were talking about literally just talking about the United States government, name a time in United States history that the government has willingly just gave its citizens a shit ton of cash for anything. Just gave. Think about it. We were going through a global pandemic and it was a fight, a literal fight for the United States government to give money to the American citizens so the economy didn't collapse. They didn't even want to do that. But yet they're handing out $75,000 to transgender people who are already under attack and they're giving them $75,000 just to do whatever they want. That doesn't even make logical sense. Yeah, and I brought that up, Cat Mom. I said literally Canada was giving out multiple checks, and the United States of America sent out 3 total checks during the pandemic. But he wanted me to believe that Joe Biden, Kamala Harris sent out $75,000 per person for transgender people to have sex reassignment surgery. We can't even get our fucking insurance to cover anything that they don't deem to be cosmetic surgery. And they try to classify everything as cosmetic surgery. So I went to him and I said, hey, show me. Give me the proof. You guys know what he did? You know what he did to prove to me that the United States government under Joseph Robinette Biden was giving out $75,000 per person to transgender people to have sex reassignment surgery? He went to a website for an actual clinic company or whatever that's based in the US and the UK that do transitional surgeries, and and cited them as the source, because on their site they said with sex reassignment surgery, depending on what you're looking to get done, you can have this done, and it costs anywhere between $5,000 to $75,000. His source on the government, the United States of America government, sending out $75,000 per person to transgender people for sex reassignment surgery, was a clinic that lists their costs for their surgery. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, it was gender affirmation surgery. Yes. Yes. So after I broke down the fact that, like, this isn't what it is, you're wrong, you know what he did? He did more Googling, and he said, oh, got it right here. Boom. Got it right here. Biden gave $4.1 billion to the queer community. That's what he said. Biden gave $4.1 billion to the queer community. That was his proof that they were giving $75,000 per person for sex reassignment surgery. Ooh, guys. Oh, Renee, get back in the box. Why did you run? Why did you run, Renee? You were just in the request. You were literally in the request. Why did you run? Get back up here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, as I was saying, he pointed out the fact that Biden he started with like the presidential archives, and the presidential archive basically said that Biden was the most pro-queer community president ever, right? And after saying that he was the most pro-queer community president ever, he found the $4.1 billion. For the person in the request is Martin Jack. Martin Jack, you have 1 follower and you're following 5 people. This is your troll account. Go get your main account. I refuse. I'm going to block this account, because the only thing that you're going to do is come in here, slur, and crash out, and I refuse. So Martin Jack, and your username says Horton here's or Horton saw a who. I'm going to block this account. Go get your main account. Get your big boy account, and then we can talk. Get your big boy account, and then we can talk. Okay, who cares? Ellen, sorry, I don't use my TikTok much. I don't care about that. You're a liar. You're literally lying. You guys think I'm stupid. Like, I see you. I host these lives every fucking day. You think I don't know a troll? You think I don't know a crash out when I see a crash out in a request? You guys aren't good at this, and you're not smart. Anyway, so as we looked at the $4.1 billion that was allocated by, I looked at the source, it was $4.1 billion that was allocated by the Biden administration towards queer community initiatives. It said absolutely nothing about quote unquote sex reassignment surgery. And so then I even went into the entire list of those allocations of the $4.1 billion, which you could look at all the stuff. And I searched for surgeries, and it was one program that received any type of information around surgery or even was considered, because fun fact, they didn't even get any money. But the one program that had any type of surgery connected to it was for women and fertility. Had nothing to do with trans people. It was for women and fertility. So after I dismantled that, he still had nothing. The point that I'm getting across is these people on the right, they are so angry. They are so mad, but they have no idea why. They're only angry because they're told to be angry. They're only angry because they're told, hey, the only reason you're not rich is because of those people. The only reason you're not successful is because of those people. The only reason you don't have A, B, or C is because of those people. That's what it is. It's literally what it is. And for anyone that doesn't believe me, fine. You don't have to believe me. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to believe me. But what you could do is actually believe, a former president of the United States of America. If you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. That's LBJ. The president that signed the Civil Rights Act into law, which now, I guess, fuck the Civil Rights Act, right? I mean, I guess it's fuck the Civil Rights Act. Also, something that I want to call out for those people who don't know, and I really wish that you guys would hear me when I say this. Donald Trump is a fascist. And one of the 14 tenets of fascism is identification of enemies / scapegoats as a unifying cause. Fascists look for people to blame to unify people for their cause. Donald Timothy Trump is a fascist who's installing other fascists and Nazis into our government. And they're literally using marginalized people as the scapegoats to try to implement their authoritarian regime. You guys just don't understand shit. And not only do you guys just not understand shit, you absolutely refuse to engage with reality. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Abigail, I'm muting you for the entire live. As always, get in the box or just sit quietly in the corner. I don't care which one, honestly. W's in the chat for Just Devin for the $5 super chat to say happy Mother's Day to Mama Jones and all the other mothers out there. I know that's right, Just Devin. W's in the chat for you. Thank you for that. And happy Mother's Day again. W's in the chat for Jamie for the $5 donation. Saying thoughts on Roman 1:26-27. Let me check that out. Give me a second. And you said for your own curiosity. Hi, Sarah. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Sarah, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Okay. I'll drop you down. Let's see here. Romans 1:26 through 27. Because of this, God gave them over to shameful lusts. Even their women exchanged their natural sexual relations for unnatural ones, in the same way that men also abandoned natural relations with women and were aflamed with the lust for one another. Men committed shameful acts with other men and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. That's the verse that you wanted to get information about. So, I mean, like, there's two things here, or a couple of ways that you look at the Bible, or at least I know I look at the Bible. There's a King James version, and then this is NIV. I think to try to get like true understanding, you look at the NIV, but then also I think that like there's an actual, sometimes there could be some type of like loss in translation when you go from King James to NIV, because like they're literally just trying to make it so people could actually understand it better, right? Looking at King James, for this caused God to give them up until vile affections, for even their woman did not change their natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their own error which was met. So, yeah. When it comes to the Bible and this verse specifically, yeah, it's saying that basically, you know, God didn't like that, you know, queer people were being queer. And not only did God not like that queer people were being queer, but he called it lust, right? And then you talk about, not NIV. And then and then it also talks about the fact that it was a shameful act, and, you know, they received the penalty for their error, right? The thing I would love to know, I always say this, when you read any type of, I think it's really dangerous reading like just specific cherry pick verses, right? Like cherry pick verses are something I don't like, but also you got to understand the additional context. So I would love to know what the penalty was, in the same way that men, hold on. Furthermore, just as they did not think of the worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, so God gave them over to the deprived mind so that they do what ought not be done. They have become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity. They are full of evil, murder, strife, dissent, and malice. They are gossips, slanders, God haters, insolence, ignorant, and boastful. They invite ways of doing evil. They disobey their parents. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I'm reading this, it just says like, oh, you know, people was doing stuff that God doesn't like. And they said it was a penalty. Oh, wait, hold on. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death, they do not only continue to do these very things, but also approve of those who practice them. Yeah. So I'm assuming the penalty, I don't know if the penalty is death. It just says that they deserve death, right? But the interesting thing to me about all of this is it's just saying like God is telling people like, oh, don't live like this. Don't live like that. The most interesting thing about Christianity for me, though, is as long as you don't do the unforgivable sin, you basically can do whatever the fuck that you want. As long as you say, my bad, God, do you forgive me? Like, as long as you be like, my bad, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me? Then you're G to G. But the bigger point that I guess I have is like when you talk about the actual premise behind, oh, I don't know who this is. When we talk about the premise behind the reason why God sent Jesus to earth was to die for our sins, right? Like that's the thing. God sent Jesus to earth to die for our sins. And then we have to accept him to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Couldn't he just like make sin not a thing? Like, what's the extra steps for? Like, seriously, why the fuck are the extra steps necessary? So I say all that to say, like, I don't subscribe to the Bible. The Bible is a walking, talking piece of contradiction, not only in the sense that, one, the people that, quote unquote, wrote the Bible, they're literally writing the Bible like years and years and years after Jesus died. And there's no one that had like firsthand account. It's literally just people accounting for the people that were there, right? And then when you talk about the original Bible and the multitude of times that it's been translated, the translation has been crazy. I mean, like translating from one language to the other is absolutely tough. There's words that exist in certain languages that don't exist in English. And so since those words don't exist, people look for filler words. So that's a whole thing. And then you talk about the actual weaponization of the Bible, because people love talking about, you know, the Bible talks about men shouldn't lie with other men, right? They love talking about that one. Men shouldn't lie with other men. Well, hell, prior to that, it didn't say shit about men shouldn't lie with other men. It literally was talking about kids. It was talking about kids. It wasn't talking about men. It was talking about kids. But they changed it to attack the queer community. Or if you even talk about like abortion, Christianity didn't rail against abortion. Yep, it was in the 1940s. Christianity didn't rail against abortion. The Republican Party railed against abortion, and they weaponized Christianity and then started saying like, oh, God doesn't like abortion. So when you talk about the Bible and anything that's in the Bible, while I'm willing to engage in the Bible, I don't believe the Bible. Even when I used to call myself a Christian, I never believed the Bible. Like back when I would proudly say, yes, I am a Christian. I would say, well, I think the Bible is an outline. It's an outline of what you should do. Because just like I don't think the Constitution applies to where we live today and how we are in society today, like trying to apply the logic of the Bible to society today is fucking crazy. Like that doesn't even make sense. Trying to apply the logic of something from years and years and years and years and years ago to today, it doesn't matter what it is, that does not make sense. Constitution. I am absolutely positive that the founding fathers didn't know that YNs and Chicagos were going to have switch. I'm positive they didn't think that YNs in Chicago would ever have switches. Because I'm positive if they would have known YNs were going to get switches, they would have said, fuck that, no. I'm positive. They didn't foresee that. So my whole point being is trying to apply anything from the past to today is not only harmful in our society, but it's illogical. But Debbie's in chat, Jamie. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Debbie's in chat for Kyle for the $5 donation saying, happy Mother's Day. Lost my mom a few months ago. I'm sorry to hear that. Really, really sorry to hear that. So this day feels really hollow. Listening to you always makes my day better. Everyone go hug your mom. You may never know when she won't be there. Much love to everyone. Kyle, thank you so much for the love, but I hope that you are okay. I know this is a tough day for a lot of people. I know it's a really, really tough day for a lot of people. I will always say, so any type of holiday can be extremely tough for people. And so I always recommend finding loved ones, community, something to do that around the holidays. If you don't get to enjoy those with the people that you love, enjoy something. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to join.
Okay,
Sorry about
no
that.
worries.
No,
No worries.
absolutely not. I love you. All right.
All right, I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Oh my goodness. Hi, Santana. It's Ren. No. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. All right. I'm going to drop you
Can
down.
I
I
clarify
appreciate you.
something about the verse that you were reading? Can I clarify something?
If you can make it like
Just
super
very
duper quick, like super duper quick.
Oh, it's going to be so fast. You're not even going to believe it. The penalty, quote unquote, refer back to Romans 6:23, where the wages of sin is death.
Death. That's what I thought. And that's why I was saying, like,
That's all I'm gonna
you
say.
want to look at
Not
the
literal
whole thing.
death.
So,
Not
yeah.
literal. Not
Yeah,
literal.
no, I get what you're saying.
Not literal, but yes.
All right. I appreciate you.
There you go. Love y'all. Everybody have
Love you as well.
a good day. Tap the screen. Bye.
Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some. I mean, yeah, I don't feel the urge to enslave anybody because the Bible said it was fine. I'm confused by that statement, Ollie. What do you mean? I'm confused by that statement. I don't know what that means. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly and you would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. W's in the chat as well for Quandary. Quandary resubscribed over on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Twitch, using their Amazon Prime membership and resubscribe for 3 months. W's in the chat for Quandary for resubscribing to Twitch. Someone said the Bible says slavery was fine because it was in the time. Yeah, the Bible, the Bible justifies a lot of fucked up shit. That's why, like, again, I don't know what the fuck people are doing when it comes to the Bible. But Today is Mother's Day, and this is a special Mother's Day Sparring with Santana, and we are dealing with people who engage in motherless behavior. So if you are someone that engages in motherless behavior, get up here. I am looking for some debates. And when I say people that engage in motherless behavior, I'm talking about Republicans. Republicans, your motherless behavior is the fact that you guys are destroying our country. Every single thing about the Republican Party is destroying our country, whether it's the economy, whether it's the norms that we have lived in, whether it's stripping away rights. Hell, it's their own party. They're destroying all of it. Moderate Democrats are engaging in motherless behavior because they're cowardly lions. Lions because they actually hold power. Cowards because they refuse to wield that power to stop fascists. Period. White men, motherless behavior that in 2026, they're trying to relive colonization. And not only are they trying to relive colonization, they're trying to justify colonization while whitewashing history. The shit that they love saying is, well, white men created everything. White men invented everything. White men are the one that gave you your freedom. White men gave women the right to vote. You know what's funny? Something they never talk about. Who gave white men the right to give people rights? That shit never lands. They never think about it before they said it. They never think about the fact before they say this, the shit that they say, they never think about who gave white men the right to give people rights. It's fucking crazy. So yeah, they're justifying colonization. And you know what the funny part is? For those white men that are trying to relive colonization, the funny part about them trying to relive colonization, one, we are not our ancestors. Try Jesus, don't try me, because I throw hands. Just a fact. Just a fact. So the people that you think that you're going to colonize in any way, shape, or form, we are not our ancestors. I am not the tolerant left. I don't give a fuck about reaching across the aisle. I don't give a fuck about what you think your rights are. I don't give a fuck about your history, your heritage. FYI, fuck your heritage. I don't care. You swear the Confederate flag is your heritage? Fuck you and that flag. So that's part one, but also part two, you're not your clansesters. White men that are trying to re-engage in colonization, trying to relive colonization, while we are not our ancestors, you are not your clansesters. You're not built like that. You are not built like that. You're cowards. That's why, you know what, your clansesters were cowards because they hid their faces behind the sheets. And you do this today digitally. You hide your faces on the internet behind a fake profile picture, behind a fake name, just so you can say the N-word. Your clansesters would be ashamed of you that you would have to go that far just to be able to do that. They would be ashamed that you have to go that far to be that much of a coward just to get that weak ass racism off that they engaged in, and you haven't updated. You're a coward and you're lazy. Welcome in, Peach Raid. Welcome in, Peach Raid. That was in chat for Peach Raid, guys. Keep tapping the screen, share the live, knock out the daily gift code, do all the wonderful things. But that's white men that engage in or trying to relive colonization. Now, white women. I think every time that I have these conversations with white women, it's hard for them to hear. It's a hard topic for them to hear. It's a hard topic for them to understand. It's a hard topic for them to engage with. But white women, your motherless behavior is raising white nationalists. Hoodlum, you can get the fuck out of my request. There's no way I would bring you. You know what's funny? There's people who come into my live, and I've said multiple times over and over and over, you can leave the request. I'm not letting you on my platform. Why would I ever platform a POS like you? Go find some other obscure platform that they'll let you up on so you can like do the shit that you like to do. You're not welcome or wanted here. But yet you always just randomly come back and request up like I'm ever going to let you back up. I've told you this so many times, but you still come and request up like I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to talk to Hoodlum today. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the only reason I haven't blocked you is because I like to let you see me shine. That's it. That's the only reason I didn't block you. I love for you to see me shine. So no, yeah, you can hop out the box, Bub. There's no way in hell that I'm going to hit that accept button and give you a platform to spread the shit that you like to spread. Now, you said I raise a very respectful man. No white nationalists here. Debatable. As I was saying, white women, you guys you're raising white nationalists. Because these white men that want to engage in colonization, they didn't learn it through osmosis. And while they didn't learn it through osmosis, you didn't teach them not to perpetuate or engage in white supremacy because you don't even know how to not perpetuate or engage in white supremacy. That's a problem. You have proximity, and so since you have proximity, it's comfortable. That's a problem. Now, last but not least, the last group that's engaging in motherless behavior, shout outs to Red. W's in chat for Red. The last group of people that's engaging in motherless behavior on this beautiful Mother's Day is BLAGA. BLAGA. Black MAGA, Black conservatives, Black Republicans, FBA, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. The motherless behavior that you engage in is tap dancing for white supremacy. Because the party political ideology that you align with are not only actively disenfranchising everyone, but specifically targeting your people. Or I guess the saying is, not all skin folk is kinfolk. So while you may think that, oh, them gutting the 1965 Voting Act has nothing to do with me, You have no fucking idea. You literally have no idea how bad you're tap dancing for white supremacy. And you can't even call them out on their shit. Like, that's the wildest part to me. If you are BLAGA, you're on the right, and you're black and you support this party, shouldn't you be able to call the party out when they do fucked up shit? Someone said that, no. Yeah, solid. They did. Doesn't affect them. Doesn't affect them. Doesn't affect them, because the reason why they say it doesn't affect them is because they're Republicans. That's their logic. Gutting the Civil Rights Act doesn't affect them because they're Republicans. That's literally their logic. Solid. They don't fucking understand that. They don't know things. I might get canceled for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I might get canceled for this one, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I understand that stereotypes are harmful. Stereotypes perpetuate hate, bigotry, racism, sexism, classism. It continues to disenfranchise people in a multitude of ways, and it's overwhelmingly harmful by the people that perpetuate stereotypes, whether willingly or unwilling or unknowingly, and then also the people that, you know, are categorized are overwhelmingly harmed. But the one stereotype that I stand by is that black men, Republican black men, you're literally the weakest link. Republican black men are the weakest link. And I'm not only talking about the fact that you don't stand up for black women, the black community, yourself, but you guys take pride in being stupid, which is crazy. They actually take pride in not knowing shit. They actually take pride in not knowing anything. It's insane. So again, I don't believe in stereotypes, and I know it's super harmful to perpetuate any type of stereotype, but that's the one stereotype that I actually believe in. Black Republican men, you are the weakest link. And I could never break bread with you. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. All right, guys. Oh, why'd you run? Why'd you run? Don't run. Come back up here. Get back in the request. Okay. I guess he's not gonna, or they aren't going to, they're not gonna join. W's in the chat for Taraji. Taraji sent a $1 donation saying they forgot they're all original immigrants. FBA doesn't think that they're immigrants, which is like fucking wicked work. FBA doesn't think that they're immigrants. If you listen to FBA, they're the original indigenous people, which is mind blowing, right? And one thing that they try to use to justify that, like, black people are already here and blah, 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 blah. They say, well, what happened to the slave ships? Why aren't the slave ships still around? If black people were actually brought over, there would be slave ships. They literally say that shit. Hello. They literally say that shit. Yeah. They want to know where the slave ships are. Now, there is a subsection of there is a subsection of BLAGA that believe that black people have the ultimate ability to make it through the highest level of mastery, where they no longer need to eat nor drink. They have the ability to go out into the sun and absorb the sun from nutrition. They literally believe that black people can engage in photosynthesis. They also believe in the ice wall and hollow earth and Nephilims. These are the people that we're talking about. Thank you for the fairy hide. You don't believe me? Go talk to them. Photosynthesis, ice wall, hollow earth, Nephilims. I've talked to enough of them. W's in the chat for Taraji. W's in the chat for tip for the $5 donation, saying, try Jesus, don't try me, because I fight. My daily affirmation at this point, F these conservatives. I know that's right. W's in the chat. Oh, we got someone. We got someone over on the old YouTubes. All right, give me a second here. Hi, Brian. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I am a Trump supporter. I can't see your background right now. Let's see.
Oh, well, that's fine. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to wait. Hold on. I'm going to put you on the screen over on TikTok, but you can't smoke because it'll get the live taken down.
All right.
All right. You good?
Good.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Let me get you over onto the other screen as well. While I'm doing that, would you mind if I say thank you to a couple more people and then we'll get into it?
Yeah, go for it, brother.
Perfect. W's in the chat for tip for that $5. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Joseph for the $9.71 said, I really want you to know that I appreciate getting to sit in quietly and listen and have, as you say, real ass black conversations. Listen, sometimes we got to have those black ass conversations for shiggity. Thank you for any and all education. Absolutely. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Joseph for the love and support. W's in the chat as well for Connie. Connie sent a $15 donation. Connie said, always being online, cheers, but I'm assuming you mean for always being online. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Connie. Thank you so much for that $15 donation. W's in the chat for Chevy for the $2 super chat to say, where's the number? I don't see the request line. There's no phone number. The only thing that you have to do is actually click that link that's in the pinned message and it'll bring you up here. So there's no phone number for you to call. You just got to click the link. W's in the chat for Mr. Bright for the $9.99 super chat to say, what's up, Santana? Here's something you can keep in your back pocket. As they are ASS or I'm not sure what you're are you trying to say they're ass? Their as arrives beautiful and most vibrant. Keep going, doing what you're doing. W's in the chat for you. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't really understand that. But W's in the chat, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live. All right, Brian, I'm getting you set up on the other screen, but you said you are a Trump supporter, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Did you want to talk about anything that I had on the background, or did you specifically want to, tell me how you still support Donald Trump today?
Well, I'm just reading your comments or your statements here. Republicans destroying our country. I don't think so.
Okay.
And
why do you disagree with that?
Well, I think we need to have a country with borders.
Okay.
And we instituted that. And I think the biggest thing, and the reason I'm calling you here, is because I think the Democrats don't deserve your vote.
Okay.
They have no reason to actually help you because they've captured 85% of the black vote, and they know they're going to get your vote no matter what they do to you. And so I think you see a conservative party right now that's trying to get black folks. Like this is the first I've heard the term BLAGA. I've heard you say BLAGA a couple of times. That wouldn't even exist if it wasn't actually appealing to a lot of folks. And there's folks who, I'm not black, so I don't come at it from that perspective, but I don't think not needing the government and standing on your own 2 feet, and if you have the luxury of being able to do that, I feel like that's a great thing. And it heals a lot of wounds. So to have that mentality versus looking for help from the same people that put you in a shit spot to begin with. The Democrats were the slave party.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting take. A couple of things for you. You said a lot there. First and foremost, you said the Democrats don't deserve my vote. I agree. I don't think the Democrats deserve my vote, and I don't freely give my vote to the Democratic Party. But I do believe in progression for all people. And I believe in harm reduction. And so for me, it's not about being a Democrat because I'm not a Democrat. I am absolutely a leftist. And if somehow, some way, some miracle, Republicans showed up and wanted to pass any type of progressive legislation that would benefit all people, I would vote Republican. It has nothing to do with party affiliation for me. It's all about what can be done to help everyday Americans. Now, first question I have for you, Brian, is can you name one piece of legislation that's been passed by the Republican Party in the last 60 years that has overwhelmingly benefited everyday Americans more than the ultra wealthy?
I think the Lake and Riley Act is one of them.
How?
Well, I think it protects people in the sense that it goes after criminals, illegal immigrants, and people who have a crime history. If they're going to come to the United States, they know that they can't do that as freely as they would have otherwise.
That's interesting.
And generally, the tax cuts.
Well, hold on.
No tax on tips.
Hold on. No. I don't want you to conflate and add multiple. Let's stay right here.
Okay.
So, Lincoln Riley Act. What? Before we talk about who that impacts and all this other stuff, what's the key, the key sticking point with the Lincoln Riley Act that so many people issue that people on the left had?
I think it touches on illegal immigration, and that for them is a sacred cow that they don't want touched because it's a constituency.
No. You said two things is wrong. One, undocumented immigrants is not a constituency because they don't have the ability to vote. But number two, the key provision within the act is the fact that it's based off of accusations, not based off of proof.
But they do vote in the sense that.
Can you address what I just said?
No, I'm addressing the first part of what you said about how they don't vote. That was the first thing you said.
They don't, but
And,
sure, go ahead. How do they
Well,
vote?
they don't actually go to the poll and pull the lever, but because House seats are created because of the census, and because the census counts illegal immigrants,
undocumented immigrants,
the actual votes that happen on the floor, the amount of House seats that can be apportioned to people who believe in supporting, more undocumented immigrants coming across, it affects the amount of House seats, and that affects how national laws are passed. So while they're not voting directly, they are by proxy voting, and that's our system. Our whole system is voting by proxy.
Undocumented immigrants and Black people are less likely to fill out information in the census, and even when filling out the information in the census, they tend to fill out information incorrectly for better preferential treatment. So you see a lot of people who do complete the census, and then actually, instead of saying like they're Black or whatever the case may be, they'll just say they're white, right? Because they understand that the federal funding, or not federal funding, but like state level funding, can be attributed to like the property and the area and all the blah, 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 right? But they're less likely to engage in the census than anyone else. But also, I think that's a moot point, because if you take a look at the fact that the Supreme Court allowed the Louisiana to gut the Civil Rights Act, the whole point of redistricting based off of race is no longer a thing. So I think that's a moot point. But the point that I want to get to,
by the way,
I'm sure you do.
That's probably the biggest.
Sure,
that's the biggest blow Democrats have faced in my entire lifetime.
Yeah, that's because Republicans don't have any policy that actually people want to vote for, so they feel like they have to cheat in order to win. But that's fine. So let's talk about the actual act. The sticking point, the provision, is that it was based off of accusations, not proof.
Yeah, that's why you have due process.
No. There's no due process. It's accusations. Like literally, they were deporting people. The provision gives them the ability to deport people without proof, without due process. They have an accusation, and they can deport them before they get their day in court based off the accusation.
No, they see a judge, and that's the difference between.
Can you tell me where in the actual provisions where it says they quote unquote see a judge and they can't get removed prior to seeing a judge? You're froze. I don't know if he swiped out for a second to try to look something up. I'm thinking that may be what it is. Let's give him a moment. W's in the chat for Allison for the $10 donation saying, I'm sorry, it's not more. Allison, no, you're fucking awesome. Thank you. This is my third Mother Day without my mom. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. Listening to you really helped distract me from the grief. She would have loved listening to you, and I would have to agree with everyone, everything that you stand for. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Allison. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. You are absolutely far too kind. W's in chat for Tip for the $5 donation saying, I love to see a panel of Black influencers discussing and debating what they would like to see as far as reparations with each other. There are so many ideas and thoughts, but I would love to see the conversation without the thoughts of racist white people. And then you, in parentheses, put I'm white. W's in chat for Tip. Yeah, you know what's funny? When I was in DC, and I know a lot of people don't really fuck with Julio, Dr. Julio Austin. But the one thing that I appreciate about him is that he's logically consistent, and he's very pro-Black. I absolutely disagree with him aligning himself with the Republican Party. He thinks that the Republican Party gives the Black people the best pathway to success, which is absolutely wrong. But he overwhelmingly calls out the bullshit on the right. And he and I were sitting around talking about like reparations for Black people, right? It was super interesting. And after we finished debating Rolcano, we were talking about like what that would look like and how there's a need for reparations for Black people. And I won't name who the other Black person was. It was three of us, three Black people talking about reparations. And while myself and Julio were aligned, the other third person thought it would be funny to say, oh, if they're going to give reparations to Black people, let me know before they do so I can buy stock in Jordans and Hennessy. They literally fucking said, as a black person, let me know if they're going to give reparations to black people because I want to make sure I buy stocks in Jordan and Hennessy. I said, what the fuck did you say? I said, nah, fuck that. I said, you're anti-black as fuck. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm willing to bet you guys can figure out who it was, but whatever. Anyway, W's in the chat. For that, W's in chat for Lon for the $20 super chat to say hi. Originally understood FBA to be referring to our ancestors that built this country, and that made sense. But appreciate you for giving me a great understanding. Yeah, like the logical inconsistency. You said Dr. Hooley is is a rare Republican I can tolerate. Yeah, you know what? Like the one thing that I will say about him is because like I know him on a personal level, right? And I overwhelmingly disagree with his politics, but I can say without a shadow of a doubt, he's not anti-black, and he wants to see good things happen for black people. I just don't understand how the fuck he think he's going to get it done with the Republicans. Like that doesn't make sense. And more so, it's his religious ideology that overwhelms his sense of being like pro-black. At least that's in my opinion. But again, like he stands on business. He calls out people. He's logically consistent, and yeah, I can deal with it. And Debbie's in the chat for Mr. Bright for the $4.99 super chat to say LOL. It meant to say some people say that people who know nothing show up with the most confidence. My bad. Absolutely, they absolutely do. Debbie's in the chat for Mr. Bright. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Yeah, it's funny that the guy didn't come back. He literally didn't come back. I've been sitting here waiting to see if he would come back, and he did not come back. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Hi, you're only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin and we'll boost the live and push it out to the FYP. No, thank you. I would like no, thank you. You can't sing a song. Like this is a debate live. Why would I want you to come up and sing a song or play a song or anything? You guys are like, when you do stuff like that, it's so weird. People that want to come in and play music or whatever, like, yes, I appreciate the hell out of your musical talent, but like, that's not what we're doing here. Like, seriously, absolutely not. What are we doing? I don't know what you guys are thinking. Again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. And now the thing that I was saying, because someone said, finish your point about, oh, he's back. There we go. Welcome back.
Good to be back. Started my phone. Hopefully that helps. Okay, perfect. I was saying, can you name the provision in the act that gives people the access to due process, and does not say that they can be deported prior to due process? I think that's just a part of, I don't think it needs to say it in that law. That's just how the process goes, right? Okay, so question for you. Is it still considered due process if there is an accusation, and with the accusation they are deported, and then they're told like, hey, you can come back for a court date, but they are deported before they are given their access to a court date? I think as long as they have a hearing of some kind, it's okay. I don't think it needs to be a full court, jury selection or anything like that. But as long as they see, they go through a process, I think that's okay, because they broke the law to begin with. Their whole reason is that they're there illegally, and there's people doing it the right way. It's not
you don't care about people coming across the country.
I do. You
absolutely don't care.
Why do you say that?
Sure. I say that because, can you tell me what is the actual penalty for coming into the country undocumented?
That's how you're going to tell if I care?
Sure.
What's the penalty for coming into the country undocumented? Deportation at this point.
No, there's an actual, what level crime is coming into the country undocumented?
Misdemeanor, I believe.
Sure. And so there's a penalty that comes with that misdemeanor crime, i.e. a fine. How much is the fine?
I'm not sure.
Take a ballpark guess.
$800.
Okay, $800. Do you live in a city?
No, not really. I mean, technically I do, but it's rural.
Okay, so no, you live in like a town. Got it. Did you know that across the country in like city limits, there is a fine for shooting fireworks within a city limit? Did you know that was a thing?
Yeah, in some places for sure.
Okay. What do you think the national average is for shooting fireworks inside of a city limit is in the U.S.?
$250.
$250. Okay. So both of them are misdemeanors, both of them carry a fine, and you think the cost for the coming across the border is $800, and you think that shooting the fireworks is $250. I will say that you got the 250 number right, but just not for the fireworks.
Oh.
$250 fine is for coming into the country undocumented. The average cost for shooting fireworks in the city limit across the nation is $1,100. Our country puts more emphasis on shooting fireworks within the city limit than they do for people coming into our country. And like at the very least, if you cared about people coming into our country, you would know the parameters, not necessarily the fireworks part. Like that's something that I enjoy, but like the parameters around what it looks like with people coming into the country, how that works, just all this other stuff. I would think you would know a little bit more about it.
Well, not everyone, makes it their life to understand points like this. I mean, there's general principles at play. And those are enough, I think, for a lot of people to have an opinion without necessarily knowing the fine for fireworks versus the fine.
Yeah, that's what I said. The fireworks thing, I'm not going to hold you to it, but the actual stuff for coming across the border, that's the thing. But what's the principles?
It's about fairness. So we're a country that's built on liberty and justice for all. And you can't have liberty without justice. And if people are jumping the line and becoming citizens ahead of people who are doing it the right way,
that's not how
we're sending the wrong message.
You can't jump the line and become a citizen.
What happens is the resources get diverted to processing.
Wait, no. Stop. You're conflating things, and now you're adding stuff that's not true. How do you jump the line and come into the country undocumented and then become a citizen?
Through amnesty, through naturalization.
Nope. If you actually come into the country and you seek amnesty, then you're here documented. That's not being here undocumented.
So what's your question? They come over illegally, and then
you said that
we're supposed to accept that. Why?
No, you said that they come into the country and they come into the country, quote unquote, illegally, and then they jump the line and get citizenship. That's not true.
Well, it is. If we're trying to create a pathway for them to be citizens, that means that the resources.
Who created a pathway for them to be citizens?
I think Democrats want ways for them to be citizens.
Tell me one piece of legislation that's been proposed that gives any type of amnesty for people coming into the country.
I'm sure anyone can Google it.
I'm sure. Google it. Tell me one piece of legislation. Not only tell me one piece of legislation, tell me one Democratic member that has actually tried to bring together a committee, that tried to propose anything, that tried to actually give amnesty for undocumented immigrants. Just one. Just name one.
I think I'd have to click out of this screen. Let me see if I can do that.
Take your time.
Hopefully it doesn't hang up on it.
Guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. 1.6 thousand people hanging out over on TikTok. Guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I go live all the time. We're on our way to 200,000 followers over on the TikTok. So make sure you hit that follow button, please, and thank you. We've only got 24 new followers on this stream. We've been live for over 2 hours, and we only got 24 followers. Guys, hit that follow button. I am positive there's more than 24 people that's watching that has not followed me. Hit that follow button. Also, if you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you look up in the corner and you see where my name is and you see how many people are watching, if you click that area, it'll give you the option to hit that thumbs up button. We should have as many people or many thumbs ups if we have people watching, but make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. And for anyone who's not following me on YouTube, please do so. It's Santana Speaks for You. I'm Santana Speaks for You across all platforms. But specifically on YouTube, you have to put that @ symbol in order to be able to follow me. W's in the chat for Land Rose for the 1,000 bits over on Twitch. It says, Santana, don't make us listen to this and look at him at the same time. Damn, Land Rose. W's in the chat for Land Rose. Thank you so much for that, for those 1,000 bits. Again, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 300,000 likes, and only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. He ran again. He fucking ran again. He ran again. You know why they run, guys? Do you guys honestly know why they run? They run because they think that they're so used to just like saying shit without proving shit that they think that like we're just going to trust the things that they say. Like they think that just because they can say shit in real life and people just absolutely believe the shit that they say, that they're going to come in here and they're going to quote unquote debate and they're going to say the same things that they say to other people and then not expect anyone to say, oh, prove it. That's what it is. That was in chat for J Hops. What up, J Hops, who sent the $5 donation saying, Google it. I'm sure it's there when that's for a source. Yeah. Like it's the wildest shit. And, you know, like, I'm so confident when I like have people, when I do stuff like that, I literally tell them, give me one, just one. And I know for a fact that that one doesn't exist. That's why I give them the bare bone minimum, because I know for a fact that one does not exist. W's in the chat for J-Hop. What the fuck? Fucking W's in the chat for Philip. Guys, listen, every single day, every time that I say tap the screen, I'm gonna end up saying, and make sure we put W's in the chat for Philip. I swear, every fucking time, oh, I'd say tap the screen, I'm gonna finish the whole thing by saying drop some W's in the chat for Philip. Fucking massive W's in the chat for Philip, guys. I want to see this spamming for the rest of the live, for the rest of the week. Fucking W's in the chat for Philip for the $500 donation. What the fuck? W's in the chat for Philip for the $500 donation. Said, you better be a good son today or we're about to fight for real. Listen, I checked in with Mama Jones. I did something special for her. I told her I was going to call her back after the live to see how she feels about that something special. I'm, taking care of Mama Jones. And after we get off the live, I'm going to spend time with my wife and her mom and her sister. And so I got some. I'm not going to say that because I know she's watching. I love you, baby. But W's in chat for Philip for the $500 donation, saying love to the fam and the kiddos and the community. Love to you as well, bro. God damn, Philip. Guys, 1 million W's in chat for Philip. That is fucking crazy. And you know what's dope? And W's in the chat for Philip. And anyone else that would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. management and I are going to be traveling this week because I got some really cool shit that I'm going to be doing. And so that $500 is going towards the shit that we have to do, the travel and all this other stuff. So W's in the chat for Philip for helping pay for the cost of the stuff that we're doing this week. Massive, massive, massive W's in the chat for Philip. If anyone else like to support the live, you could do so. Pay links and link in the bio. Or if you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, hey, chat. Hey, chat. I appreciate you, Philip. Fucking W's in the chat for Philip. Guess who's back? Back again. Brian's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
So I can't click out of this at all. I was gonna look up one of your sources there, but yeah, you can't click out of this thing at all.
I created a monster because nobody wants to see Brian anymore. Okay, I'll give it to you, Brian. There's not one. There's literally not one, and the reason why I know there's not one is because that's a position that people on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just looked it up. There's one in 2025, one in 2013.
Okay, in 2025, what was the name and who's the person? Yeah, Reagan absolutely signed the law. Who's the person and what was it?
In 89.
No, you said 2000. You said 2025.
Yeah, there was something. There was a bill proposed, I guess, from Democrats. I'd have to look it up. I don't know
you said you just looked it up.
I did. I just checked to see if there were examples, and there were.
And you didn't remember the example that you just looked at?
No, I didn't read the whole thing. I just saw that there were examples.
Wait, so you saw there was examples, but you don't remember the examples that you saw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Oh, golly, holy smokes. I fucked up, chat.
Say, when have Democrats...
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
That's not true. That's not true.
I love that.
Yeah.
I remember when that song came out.
Yeah, me too. The reason why I know it's not true is because, again, the actual point that you're getting off is a point that is believed by people on the left who advocate for mass amnesty. But even with the most comprehensive border bill that was set to be passed, that was led by James Lankford and that was going to pass under the Biden administration, it was some of the most comprehensive border reform, including multiple wins for the Republican Party, where the Democratic Party was giving up access to DACA. So no, that's not a thing. Also, in 2025, who's had power? Who had power for most of 2025?
Trump, right?
Yep, and the Republicans. And you're saying a Democrat put forth a bill?
Barely, though. You can say they have a majority, but the divide is so much that they can't get anything done.
I hear you. You're saying that the Democrats put up a bill in 2025?
I think so. I don't want to hang up on you again. I have to, in order to tell you, I have to actually pull it up, and I think it'll hang up on you if I do that.
So how about we concede? Because that's not a thing.
I'm going to have to look it up then.
I mean, okay, then go look it up, because you literally just mentioned Reagan, and I know for a fact that if you looked up and you saw Reagan, why would you?
86?
If you you remember the year, you remember the president. And Reagan was a Republican. If there was a thing that you actually found that was a Democrat,
I wasn't even born at that point.
Yeah, but that's fine. But if you looked up something, that bolstered your argument, why would you go to the thing that harms your argument?
What do you mean?
The last president to actually give amnesty was a Republican president, and you're advocating against amnesty.
Right. It was different times. There was, when my ancestors came into the country, this was maybe 1920-ish. It was like everyone was coming by. It was but they did it legally. I mean, there's a legal process, and if you don't respect the laws of the country,
sure, we'll talk about that in a moment. At this point, though, Brian, I need you to either concede that point or give a source. I don't care which one.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to go to a computer here, because otherwise I don't want to hang up on you.
That might be best. I'm starting to feel like you might not be tall enough to ride this ride, so you might want to get some backup.
Well, the facts are the facts. Not too difficult.
I hear you. Guys, over on TikTok, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to, we haven't even made it to 300,000 likes yet, guys. Tap the screen. Let's get it up to 300,000 likes. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And again, guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. We've only got 34 new followers on this stream. I know for a fact there's more than 34 people that's watching that hasn't followed me. User 5819, a bunch of numbers. Thank you for the follow. Brenda, thank you so much for the follow. Sherry 1014, thank you so much for the follow. Who else? Logan Vera, thank you so much for the follow. Who else? Andre Silva, thank you so much for the follow. That's what I'm talking about. There's so many people that's watching right now that hasn't hit the Sidewinder. Thank you so much for the follow. AI Specialist, thank you for the follow. Like I'm telling you, there's so many people watching that hadn't hit that follow button. Hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when we go live. We go live all the time. Chemo, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate the hell out of you. Big fan 11117, thank you for the follow. Kevin Slopper, thank you for the follow. Who else? Leon, thank you for the follow. Leo Anime, thank you for the follow. Fuzzy788, thank you for the follow. Kim, thank you for the follow. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's fucking go. Hit that follow button. Even if you don't like me, right? Even if you think like this guy is full of shit and he's got a stupid punchable face, sure. Hit that follow button. Come back and rage out. Like you let rage out and go get a workout in and use it for motivation. Like this guy sucks. I'm gonna get a good pump in. Ghost, thank you for the follow. W's in the chat for Ghost.
You got the Life Act.
Okay, what's the Life Act? When was the pass? I'm sorry, when was it actually put forth and who was it by? Greta, thank you for the follow.
2000.
Okay, so not 2005. What about the 2005 example that you were giving me?
So that was a farm workforce modernization bill.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't someone advocating for mass amnesty?
Well, it was, I believe it was Zoe Longfriend. She was a Democrat in the 7th.
Okay, so 2005, what is it called?
Farm Workforce Modernization Act of 2025.
Farm Workforce Modernization?
Farm Workforce Modernization Act of 2025.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Because like I said, I wasn't saying like, oh, give me something where it was actually passed, because I know it wasn't passed. I said, give me the actual. Yeah, I said, give me the actual piece of legislation that was proposed by Democrats that gave mass amnesty. All right, so this is by Rep. Lofer Fregan. I'm gonna put this up on. I'm gonna put it on the TikTok screen, but I'm not gonna put it over on. Oh dang it! Hold on. Why is it showing it that way? Oh, that's why. Holy smokes! Hold on. Boop. Hold on. Boop. There we go. And I'm just gonna do that, or actually put you back here, and I'm gonna put this over on the TikTok screen, but not the Twitch kick. All you guys, sorry guys, because it'll be it'll mess up the other view, and I want to be able to at least keep the other view. All right, so this is it. HR 3277, Farm Workforce Modernization Act of 2025. This was, of course, proposed by a Democrat from California. And let's see what the actual summary of this bill is. This bill establishes a new certified agricultural worker CAW visa status for foreign workers, heightened requirements for under the current H-2A temporary worker program, and provides a mandatory employment eligibility verification for agriculture workers. Brian, this isn't starting off good for you at all. This isn't looking good so far. But we'll keep going.
You asked for a bill.
No, I said one piece of legislation where people put up the fact that it was going to be for amnesty. So far,
this is
no, this is not amnesty.
Specific mass legalization.
No. This is
what it is.
no.
You can try to call it something
Wait. Hey,
else.
question for you. What is
That's what it
amnesty?
is.
What's amnesty?
It's allowing people to be citizens.
Exactly.
Despite the fact that they're illegal.
Amnesty is a process that allows undocumented immigrants to gain legal status to become United States citizens through self-reporting, right? That's amnesty. But this is
no, not for kicking them out. It's not amnesty.
I'm sorry?
I thought you said we were kicking them out, right? That's not amnesty.
No, I didn't say anything about kicking them out. I said it's a process that gives undocumented immigrants the ability to become United States citizens through a reporting process. Like that's how it was done under Reagan. Reagan allowed people to come forward to self-report and all this other stuff, and then it gave them the access to become American citizens, right? Now,
the CBO estimate was 500,000 people.
Hold on,
roughly.
don't run.
300,000
Wait, Brian, what are you doing? Brian, don't run. So far, we're looking at this, the actual HR 3227, and this says this bill established a new certified agriculture worker, or CAW, visa. Hey, what is a visa?
It's a temporary status to stay in the United States.
Okay, so can we both agree that a visa is not giving them citizenship?
A visa is not citizenship.
Perfect. Okay. And this is it heightens the requirements under the H-2 temporary worker program. Do you know what that is?
I assume it's a visa program, right? For working.
Yeah. Have you heard of the H-1B1 visa?
Mm-hmm.
The H-2A is similar, except instead of it being for like specialized workers, it gives access to those workers that are in agriculture, farm workers, things like that. It gives them the ability to come in and be here documented and have the ability to work specifically for different farms and things like that. And they're responsible for, their employers are responsible for allowing them to keep their status. If they're fired by their employers, then they're kicked out of the country.
Yeah.
Okay, so far this isn't starting off good. But
no, it ends perfectly because I believe that they're being used to manipulate our elections. And
well, that's fine, but that's not the point that we're exploring right now. The point that we're exploring is you said
that's the only point that matters.
Well, no, Brian. Again, Brian. Why are we?
Hello?
What did I say? What did I say, Santana? What did I say? Give me proof of.
Santana, okay. A proposed legislation that's granting amnesty.
Perfect. So that's what we're looking at. We can talk about the other claims later, but we're examining that claim now, unless you're willing to concede that claim.
On the 2025 one, probably.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like that.
So you don't want to. Well, we just started looking at it. I mean, we can keep going, but if you want to concede it on this source, then sure.
On this source, probably it doesn't sound like, well, especially since if it's only a visa, then that's not citizenship.
Okay, perfect. So
2021. Let's see here. U.S. Citizenship Act.
U.S. Citizenship Act. Okay, give me a second here. 2021, you said?
Yes, sir.
U.S. Citizenship Act. Okay, perfect. 1 second here. That is
HR 1177.
Yep, HR 1177. Perfect. All right. Boop. HR 177, U.S. Citizenship Act. This was brought forward by Representative Sanchez, a Democrat from California. This was introduced into the House. All right, let's take a look at it. This provides an earned path to citizenship to address the root cause of migration and responsible manage the southern border and reform the immigrant visa system for other purposes. Okay. So this is already saying that, yep, this is providing a pathway to citizenship, and it'll address the actual issues with immigration to the southern border, and they're looking at using it through the visa system and other purposes. So you might have something here, but let's see if they're advocating for amnesty instead of improving the pathway to citizenship. Have you had an opportunity to look through this yet? Brian, open your eyes. Don't sit there quietly with your eyes closed, Brian. Brian, we can see you. We see you, Brian. I'm willing to believe that he turned his phone off. I think he turned his phone off. Because he's still there. I think he might have actually turned his phone off. This is getting painful. This is getting painful. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly and you like to support the live, if you like to support the travel for this week, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Thank you for the corgi. Hi, Andrew. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Hi, Andrew. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Andrew, can you hear me? Andrew going once. Andrew going twice. Boom. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin and will boost a lot and push us out to the FYP. Hi, Tiffany. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Yeah, no, not a Trump supporter, but I have I think I need some clarification. But what do you mean by moderate Dems or cowardly minds?
Yeah, 1 second. Anyone that aligns with the ideology of being a moderate Democrat, thinking that we need to reach across the aisle, thinking that we need to work with these people, they're cowards, because the moderate Dems they hold power, yet they're not stopping anything as far as this fascist regime. They're not looking to actually help the American people. The only thing that they're looking to do is hold on to power, continue to line their pockets and say, if you vote for me, then one day we will be free.
Okay, I think the lion in there is what threw me off, because it implies some sort of like strength, or the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz demonstrated strength and bravery in the face of like fear.
Yeah, but not until he got the courage. The point being is, like, the Democrats, the reason why they're the cowardly lion is because they actually have power, but they're not, using the power. And so that's why, cowardly lion. Like the people who are moderate Democrats.
They never got the courage. And I think that's the point of my contention.
Yeah, they don't have the backbone.
They have no backbone, no spine. They're feckless, they're weak. And these are the same people that advocated for like better conditions during slavery versus just abolition. So
you and I agree. We're not disagreeing on that point.
Okay, gotcha. I just wanted some clarification on that. So I don't think I actually disagree, but I just wanted to get a little bit more background on what you actually meant by that. But I so appreciate you in this live and what you do. I'm very grateful
Thank you.
for your advocacy and your work, and thanks for empowering the people.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you. Guys, he said cowardly is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Stop it, Laura. Stop it. All the requests up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only requests up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Debbie's in the chat for Kevin for the $10 donation, saying he should know his stuff before jumping on live. At the very least, right? At the very least, he should know his claims before he came back, because it wasn't like I just put him on the spot. Originally, I put him on the spot, but he's dropped multiple times and came back with nothing. And I'm positive he's not done. I'm positive that he's not done. What are you talking about, Petty? This person, user 62729 with 0 followers and following 9 people, said you got 1.4 people in here and not one person wants to talk to you. LMAO. Apparently you do, Bub, but you're too much of a coward to do so. That's why you're here on your burner. Guess what? I'm going to block your burner. Come back with your main account. Put your big boy pants on. Get in the box and say it with your chest. Or don't say it at all. I don't care which one. W's in the chat for Michelle for the $10 donation, saying safe travels. Looking forward to hearing about it. Oh my God, guys, I cannot wait. As soon as I can tell you guys what we're doing this week, I promise you I will. I'm super excited about it. But even more so, I'm really excited that management is going to be coming with me because she didn't get to go to DC with me last time. But she will be traveling with me this week, and I'm just so excited about it. W's in the chat for the donation, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. The pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you. It's the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Why wouldn't it compute to him that 1.6K people simply enjoy listening? I don't know, Solid. I don't know. Like I don't know what. Like these people are weirdos. You know how they are. Like. You know this. I come in your live and like I'll sit your live down and just like do the things that I have to do and just listen and learn. But just like Solid, I think I told you this, but I'll tell everyone else this. My favorite thing to do, and if you haven't done this, I recommend you try it. My favorite thing to do is to get elevated and sit and listen to Solid's live. The best thing in the world. The world, Craig. Not just the city, but the world, Craig. I'm telling you, I sit there and it's like calming and it's just like it goes perfect with the type of elevation I have. Perfect. Try it. If you think I'm lying, try it. His live is it's perfect. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debate. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to, if Santana doesn't read this, I'm calling him smelly. Read what? Oh, check your Twitch notifications. I was just about to check the Twitch notifications. Jeez Louise, you don't have to call me smelly. You know, don't be mean. Dang it, Twitch. Let's see. Holy fuck. Twitch said, hold my beer. Wait, Twitch said, hold on. Twitch said, Philip sent what? Hold my beer. Holy shit. Let me back all the way up. Golly. All right. Holy fuck. That was in the chat for Vixen, who sent 100 bits that said, because growing the spine or emitting fault seems to be hard. That's why they run. Absolutely. Dubs in chat for Land Rose, who sent 500 bits to say, this angle just keeps getting worse. Dubs in the chat for One Mighty Pen, who sent out 5 community subs. Dubs in the chat for Steve J, who sent out 5 community subs. W's in chat for Lamb Rose, who sent 500 bits. W's in the chat for One Mighty Pen that sent out 5 community subs. W's in the chat for Steve, who sent out another 5 community subs. We just went over 300 subs, but then they said we're not done. W's in the chat for Lamb Rose, who sent 1,000 bits to say 300 subs. W's in the chat for Lamb Rose, who sent out 5 community subs. W's in the chat for Manders, who sent 4 bits and said 300 subs. Super hype train, 1 gifter. Let's fucking go. W's in the chat for Vixen for the 100 bits. W's in the chat for Golden Kappa, who contribute to complete 11.7, 2% of your community contributions, with a total of 25 subs and 2,104 bits. W's in the fucking chat for Twitch. They said, oh, Philip think he's showing out. Watch what we can do. God damn. W's in the chat for Twitch. That is crazy. W's in the chat for Twitch. Twitch said, you better not forget about us. You better not forget about us. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
You know I'm not. I do disagree with something on the background, though.
I was about to say, only request up if you... No, I'm just messing with you. Give me 2 seconds, Petty. W's in the chat for Michelle. Michelle sent a $4 donation. Said, hi, Santana. I love watching your lives and being part of your community. Wanted to let you know that I have my final round of interviews this Wednesday. Fucking let's go. W's in the chat for Michelle. Michelle, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. Fucking W's in the chat for Michelle. You are absolutely awesome. Much love, much encouragement. Just lock in and you got it. You got it. W's in the chat for Michelle. W's in the chat for Billy for the $10 donation saying, tough Mother's Day for me. My mom disowned me when I came out trans at the age of 45. We haven't spoken in 5 years. I wanted to reiterate my gratitude for you always supporting the trans community. That means a lot for me. Billy, first and foremost, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that has to be extremely tough, not having that connection with your mother, especially because you're just being who you are. And so I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm really glad that you're part of our community. Also, you never have to thank me. Like, seriously, I appreciate the hell out of you. I appreciate the hell out of people being here. But when people thank me for, standing up for, advocating for marginalized communities or people or whatever, you guys don't have to do that. That's my responsibility. That's my obligation. And that's my pleasure. So I truly, truly mean that, me using my voice, my platform, my privilege to, uplift other marginalized communities is something that is necessary. Plus, management will whip my ass if I didn't. So, but thank you so much for the donation, love, and wishing you all the best. Oh, fuck. W's in the chat for, hold on. Wendy said, what? I got it. And Wendy sent a $50 YouTube super chat and said, happy Mother's Day to your mom and your wife and management. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Wendy for that $50 YouTube super chat. You guys are fucking awesome. Seriously, I love the hell out of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. W's in the chat for all the donos. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links and links in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right, Petty. What you got?
All right. So you are probably going to disagree, and that's fine. This is an opportunity for growth and maybe some pushback. But I think that the term motherless behavior is rooted in misogyny. I think that it is shifting the blame off of people that are exhibiting patriarchal, misogynistic behavior, and putting that blame onto women who are quote unquote supposed to be nurturers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna knock you for that. The only thing that I will say, Petty, is you know me. I don't necessarily just say stuff to say stuff. I also wasn't fond of the term because of the person that I heard saying that often and who I thought came up with that. And I was like, So even on a normal basis, I don't say that. And so I did look it up. And this is the only reason I felt comfortable with it. Now, I think there's a lot of conversation to be had about what you said, because I do hear you, and I'm not even going to push back on what you said. But I will say this is where the premise came from. Slang term often used in social media to describe actions perceived as attention-seeking, emotionally needy, or chaotic, similar to quote-unquote daddy issues or fatherless behaviors, is sometimes used to criticize women who do not conform to traditional social morals, often then meant as a critique of emotional instability or defiance. So there's something to that. I didn't see that second part, but there is something to that. The biggest thing that I pulled out was the part that they have highlighted in blue, in which I guess I should have read more instead of seeing the part that was highlighted in blue. I do think that there's a premise that women are the reasons to blame or shift the burden from women, from the men to the women that quote unquote raises them. Now, I do think there's a little bit of credence in that. Look at the background, raising white nationalists, but I get what you're saying.
Definitely.
I get what you're saying.
Definitely. That's why I waited to come up, because I wanted to see what other people engaged with that topic. But no, I agree with you. I think that I have a little bit of a personal bias, because I know where that vernacular originated from on this app in particular.
Yeah,
but
me too. That's why, like, you've never heard me say that. Like, yeah.
I also don't think that moderate Dems exist, but that's okay.
I'm not going to debate you on that one.
Bye.
Thank you, Petty. Love you. Deb's in chat for Petty. I appreciate that premise, because, like, I think that there's a lot to be said about that. And I guess, you know what the thing is, and me applying my logic, like what I said, and a lot of people might not have heard when I said this earlier. When I think about, like, my shortcomings as a person, me, because I have so many flaws. And I've failed so many times. I've been harmful so many times. I've done things that I regret to this day. And every single time that I've engaged in any type of those behaviors, it has never been because my mother didn't raise me to be better. It's always been that I went against something that my mom would not have liked or wanted me to do or whatever. And that's how I ended up in that situation. I made the decisions to go against what my mother taught me. And so when I thought about that, I'm thinking about, like, people who, the premise that, my mom and how she gave me that guidance, but thinking about people who engage in those harmful behaviors, harmful activities, come from a place of, like, oh, their mother didn't teach them better. Or like I say, your mom would be ashamed of you. But like, but it goes back to the point of, like, women are often not only the nurturers and caretakers, but women in general are like the moral compass, especially for men, especially for me. Like I say this all the time. I call my wife management. She's my better half. And she's my better half because she is someone who has a better sense of people than me. She has a deeper level of understanding than me. She's more honest than me. She's more, like, I'm telling you, there's no way that I could compare to her. And so, like, when I think of a mother, I always think of like a person who is like that North Star that's guiding. And I think of people who engage in all these harmful activities as just lost without that North Star. And that's what I think of when I think of, like, motherless behavior. So, but yeah, I agree with you, Petty. Not gonna hold you. That's good. That was a good point, Petty. That was absolutely a good point, Petty. Deb's in chat. Men can lead, do it better, but there's not many of those. I disagree. Sergey Garcia, I disagree. All the numbers, right? Like, the way that we can quantify it, if we're just going to talk about numbers, like, mathematically speaking, women are better leaders. Like, the numbers all bear out to be that. I'm not saying that men can't be wonderful, great leaders, but if you quantify it, if you take a look at, like, even there's this great study that Forbes just did recently that showed, like, even though women are less represented within, like, the Fortune, the S&P 500 as CEOs, the ones that are CEOs outperform and overperform in multiple key indicators. It's a whole thing. So. Sorry. Where are we at? Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. Of course, Petty. Always. Like, one, I absolutely appreciate the people within our community, but I have the utmost respect for anyone who is a mod, because you guys get a look at the inner workings that a lot of people don't get. And there's no way in hell that I could do any of this without any of you. Like, literally, you guys keep the show going, and people like Kay keep the lights on, and people like management allows me to do this, because not going to hold you guys. While every day I come on here and thousands of people show up, and, we're on our way to 200,000 followers on TikTok, and, we're on our way to 23,000 on YouTube and all this other stuff. If management ever just walks in one day and say, shut it down, sorry. So there's no way that any of this could be happening without you guys. And I appreciate the hell out of all of you. So 45, 47. I wonder, he ran because this whole fucking piece of legislation, holy shit, this is long. That piece of legislation that he gave me, long as fuck. There is no way in the world that he was going to be able to defend this. And I know for a fact that he didn't look at it. This is long as fuck. Oh my gosh. That's why he ran. I'm mad that you mad that he left. Why? Why? I take that as a win. A win is a win. He's just a coward. Devin, who'd you get? Who'd you guys put? Women have never outperformed men in anything. That's what JB says. JB, you're muted. Get up here. JB1G Dog 79. Get up here and you listen. You don't have that dog in you because you were yip yapping in the comment section, but you did not get up here and stand on business. You do not have that dog in you. You do not have that dog in you. Get up here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think that they're willing to make these vastly, grossly, uneducated claims and statements and all this other shit. And like they don't know things, they don't believe things, they don't have principle or purpose. Like it's so weird. I would really love the ability to just be able to walk around and just say shit without knowing shit or without like having any type of substance. I think that's absolutely amazing. Like, I think that would be just a wonderful, wonderful life where you can just live in perpetuity without like knowing shit. And you can just believe the things that you believe just because your feelings said that you're right. Like if I could just rely on my feelings to say that I'm right, I think that would be a wonderful existence. That would be an absolute wonderful existence. Solid, are you still here? I was looking for you and I don't see you. Solid, are you still here? Guys, that's my entire platform. That's what you say? Oh, okay. Come up here and tell me about it. I'm going to mute you. Come up here and tell me how that's my entire platform. I sent you a request. The Normal Galley. You said that's my entire platform. Come up here and tell me about it. I sent you that request. Hit that accept button. Hit that accept button. It's still sitting there. Hit that accept button. Oh, don't. Listen. Holy fuck. Look at this. I'm going to send you a request again. Get up here, you fucking coward. Look at this bio. Look at this bio. Holy fuck. Get up here, you coward, and you follow me. Look at this shit. Oh, y'all are gonna fucking trip when you see this. Get up here, you coward. Wait till you guys see this shit. What up, Swan? Swan. W's in chat for Swan. Happy Mother's Day, Swan. I hope that you are having a great day. You are not only an amazing mother, I know you have your own child, but you're an amazing mother to a community of people that absolutely need you and love you and support you. So fucking W's in chat for Swan. Look at this. The normal gay. I thought it was Galley. Holy shit. The normal gay. He is a Christian. All right. And he's a Zionist. I have never seen someone put in their fucking bio that they're an actual Zionist. Look at this shit. Plant daddy, Christian, Zionist. Also, can I just say, stupid face. You got a stupid face. And you got a neck like a green bean. Get up here, coward. Look at that shit. Fucking wild. The craziest thing about all of this, though, guys, look at this shit right here. You see where it says follow back? He fucking follows me. He fucking follows me. I'm telling you, they fucking love me. They love me even though they hate me. They hate me so much, but they won't stop watching. If he believed that my entire platform was about feelings and no factual information, then why the fuck would he follow me? They hate me so much, but they can't stop watching. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Oh, well. Oh, well. I do say if you hate me, go ahead and hit that follow button and then you can rage out to me. It's all good. It's all good. I invite that. I invite that. Yeah. Jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. So it's okay. It's okay. Your 8-year-old said, block him. Block him. That's funny as hell. Is Solid not here anymore? Guys, is Solid here? Super Salad, are you still here? Did Super Salad leave? I think Super Salad is gone. You sent him an invite? Okay. So Sean says what did you say? Soup or salad? Or super, I don't know. I say super salad. I definitely say super salad. One time, an old man came up and was talking to Solid and said, "What's your name? Super Slick?" Goddamn, Super Slick. His name is actually Super Personalization Solid. I believe that. I believe that. Solid, how you trying to be when you grow up? Not gonna hold you. Me too. I legitimately wish I had the poise of Solid in the way that he handles things, and the way that he engages, because like Solid is not someone that crashes out. Solid is not someone that actually lets people get to them. And sometimes I'll crash out. I'm good for a crash out. I'm good for a crash out. And Solid doesn't really do that. I guess. Hey, Ari, and Swan, I sent you to an invite if you. Oh, there's Swan. Ari, I sent you an invite if you're available. Hey, Swan, I was trying to get Super Salad up here too. You got some pluggables? Anything you want to tell the people about?
Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so I, myself, and one of my mutuals named Elmo
is going to be hosting a huge event. It's 4 days. It's going to start on Thursday, the 14th. What we are doing is we are going to be assisting people in Sudan, Palestine, Congo, and Samhar, who is Eritrean but is a refugee currently in Libya. So it's going to start at 2 p.m. each day. It'll start on Thursday, the 14th. That day is, I believe, is for Sudan, and it'll be 2.5K that we're trying to raise. The next day is the Congo, and that's going to be 2.5K for 5 goats and a water tank. The third day is Palestine, and that'll be 2.5K. That's to feed 50 families. And then 150K in coins to assist Samhar, who is Eritrean, but it's currently in Libya. So it'll be the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, all starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the UK, it's going to be 7 p.m., I believe. That's my mutual Elmo. He's in the UK. So yeah, it's a really good event. Also, the first day, the person that we're going to be assisting with raising the money for, he's walking from London all the way to Sudan, and he's been on that walk for quite some time.
That is fucking crazy.
So, yeah, it's a lot. It's heavy, but I think it'll be a really good event. It also eases my anxiety because I think about all the people that need help all the time. I know it's not healthy, but I can't help it. So I think having an event like this where we're able to assist, multiple people in multiple places, I think is definitely going to be something that's good. So yeah, I'll be posting it in my story. So be on the lookout for that.
Heather said, amazing. I don't have any cash. Can I help in any other way?
Come into the live, tap screen, share it out, comment in the comment section, engage with some of the content creators that we work with, Poppy Orion, same with Ali for travel. If you can engage with their content and give them a follow and push it through the algorithm, that helps, because a lot of times what's happening in Palestine, in Congo, in Libya, Eritrea, and in Sudan is not often talked about. So I think if you can come in and assist that way, it's free to assist that way, but that does help a lot because it helps to protect the live and push it out too.
Okay. Thank you, Swan. Anything else?
Happy Mother's Day to the women in your life, Santana. I don't know if Mama Jones is listening. Management, happy Mother's Day, y'all.
I got to call Mama Jones after I get off again. I talked to her before I went live, and I got something special coming her way, and I know she hadn't got it before I got on, so I got to call and see if she got it. So manager's like, what are you doing for your mom for Mother's Day? I'm like, chill, I got it. She was on my neck.
W Management and W Mama Jones.
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. I'm sure she'll be really happy.
Yeah. All right, Swan, I appreciate you. I guess I invited Ari up too, and I'm sure she was going to say book shit, but I don't know if she's sleep or stepped away or whatever, so she doesn't get to tell us about her book shit. So, oh well.
Well, thank you for having me up. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Swan. W's in the chat for Swan, guys. W's in the chat for Swan. L's in the chat for Ari. I'm sure Ari is probably sleep. I go to sleep listening to people too. Subscribe to Solid's Patreon. I wanted Solid to come up and tell us about the thing that he's raising money for the vets. I really want him to talk about it. That's why I was trying to get that boy Super Slick up here. But never L for Ari this time. He's probably the Wiz. That makes sense. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We're going to call it for today. Yeah. I wanted him to talk about it, Swan, but, Super Slick going Super Slick. Another time. Yeah, I really want people to hear about that because what he's doing is super dope, and we need to push that. I don't know exactly where he is, but we absolutely need to push that. It's in your bio. That boy Super Slick. Oh, he's only raised 480. Oh no, we need to do something about this. Hey, Petty, can you tell Super Slick, tell his people to reach out to my people. Have his people reach out to my people. And then we can do lunch. Not really lunch, but let's talk. Because ain't no way. He says so me, okay? Yeah. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. All right. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna call it for today. I will be back. I might sneak one more live in later this evening. You'll message Kay. You know who the people are. I might sneak one more live in this evening. I'm not exactly sure. I'm getting ready to. So we're going over to management's her mom's house, or no, her sister's house. We're gonna go over to her sister's house. They. I can't fucking wait. I get to eat homemade Ethiopian food. We're having homemade Ethiopian food. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so very excited. Anyway, it is just them. It's so, listen, Ma'ako, oh my God. Oh, I love her so much. I love her so much. I love Ma'ako so much. And every time that I'm not around and she cooks, she makes management bring me food. You said stop rubbing it, whatever. She makes management bring me food, and then she checks back with management and she was like, what did you think about the food? Did you give him his food? Has he ate yet? I got another bullying and harassment. All right, let's get out of here or I got an actual bullying and harassment. I don't know. Anyway, let's get out of here before something crazy happens. Let's go.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts like lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok, this a war.
Guys, we're gonna cut it short just because we don't want anything to happen to the main account, so I'm gonna just end it. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I love you guys. Thank you for all the taps, gifts, likes, shares. Thank you all for being amazing. I love you all, and it's all